So we will be studying medulla today, the sections of medulla. Before studying the sections of the brainstem, we should be always oriented towards its anterior aspect, where we see the crus, then we see the pons, and then we see the medulla. Now because we are on the medulla, we have to draw median sulcus and then 3 lines on other side. First line is anterolateral sulcus. Second line is posterolateral sulcus. Medial to the anterolateral sulcus are 2 elevations called pyramids, and lateral to the median line and lateral to the anterolateral sulcus. Between anterolateral and posterolateral are 2 elevations called as olives. When we look at the posterior aspect of the brainstem, it looks something like this. Midbrain looks like this. Pons and medulla in the upper portion are open, and on the posterior aspect also there are swellings, 4 swellings on the posterior aspects. Gracile tubercles, the gracile tubercles and cunate tubercles. Then this is the median sulcus, floor of 4th ventricle, right? Then this is sulcus limitans. Then this is vestibular areas, and here we see hypoglossal triangle and vagal triangle. Hypoglossal triangle and vagal triangle. Okay. So now when we take the first section from the lowermost portion, that is the section of pyramidal decussation. We take the first section. So what in medulla always expect these 3 swellings on the front side. Pyramidal. Always expect gracile and cunate swellings on the posterior aspect. So we start drawing the first section. The lowermost section of the medulla, which is called as the section at the level of pyramidal decussation. So our duty is to draw pyramid first. So first will be pyramid. What is next to pyramid? Olive. Okay, pyramid, olive. So this is how the lowermost section has to be drawn. Lowermost section has to be drawn like this. Okay, pyramid, olive. Then we draw the grey matter. Then we draw the grey matter. What is there inside the pyramids? Corticospinal tract or pyramidal tract. So this is the level of pyramidal decussation. So what is going to happen is fibers from the pyramid, they are going to go to the opposite side. So fibers, they are going to the opposite side, and there they are forming what is called as lateral corticospinal tract. Lateral corticospinal tract. Lateral corticospinal tract. Okay. Then here, olive, the nucleus will not be so much seen. Now, what about the other things? The gracile tubercles will be like this only. Cunate tubercle will be like this. Okay, so tractus gracilis, tractus cuneatus. Okay. Now what about the other design? So I told you, Rangoli, you have to remember ventral and dorsal spinocerebellar tracts. Then the spinothalamic tracts. Okay, lateral and anterior spinothalamic tracts. So these are the key things which we see at the level of pyramidal decussation. Now what we see at sensory decussation level? what we see at the level of sensory decussation. Now this is at a higher level. On sensory decussation level, it's like we are drawing small half circles. Like for example, if I start from behind, what should be there behind? These tubercles. So I start like this. Gracile tubercle, cuneate tubercle, then spinal tract of trilemma, then anteriorly to olive, pyramid, olive. Okay, so here I draw gracile nucleus cuneatus. So the level of sensory decussation, this was level of pyramidal decussation, this is level of sensory decussation. So sensory decussation, you have to just remember like this. Total 6. Most of it, so here is pyramid, here is inferior olivary nucleus. Okay. Here is spinal nucleus of trigeminal and the trunk. Okay. So this is trigeminal, spinal nucleus of trigeminal and the trunk. So sensory decussation level you have to draw like this. Okay. It's not round. Here majority was round, anteriorly there were 2 elevations, pyramid and olive. As we go up, we have 4 elevations behind also. Okay. Then there is central gray matter. So of the 3 sections of medulla, the lower 2 sections will show gray matter. Lower 2 sections will show gray matter. Uppermost section will be open. It will also show a lot of gray matter, but we will not see the central canal. Here we are seeing the central canal. Now this central canal, when it comes here, it is opening. Okay? So we don't see a classical central canal surrounded by gray matter. That we see only in the 2 sections of medulla. So here, now inside there are nuclei. Hypoglossal, vagal, and nucleus of tractus solitarius. Hypoglossal, vagal, and nucleus of tractus solitarius. So inside the gray matter, at the level of sensory decussation, you see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hypoglossal nucleus, vagal nucleus, and nucleus of tractus solitarius. Because these are the nerves coming out from here, right? 12 now from the anterolateral sulcus and 9, 10, 11 from posterolateral sulcus. 9, 10, 11 from posterolateral sulcus. So we should expect their cranial nerve. So we have seen 12, we have seen 10. 9 does not have its own nucleus. There is nothing called as glossopharyngeal nucleus. So what is there instead? There is nucleus ambiguous, which gives fibers to 9, 10 and 11. Okay. Now we move on to the final, the last section, which is mid-olivary section. Okay, so this will be at the highest level. So this will pass through this open area. It will pass through this open area. So we will not see this grey matter like this surrounding the central canal. There will be grey matter, but not surrounding the central canal, because canal has opened in the 4th ventricle. But then behind you will see this hypoglossal nucleus, vagal nucleus, sulcus limitans, and vestibular nucleus. You have to, once you know the 4th ventricle, What are the structures from medial to lateral side in the fourth ventricle? One is median sulcus, then is hypoglossal nucleus, then is vagal nucleus, then is sulcus limitans, then is what is the vestibular area? Means vestibular nucleus, which is the eighth area. So you start drawing this. So I am drawing the posterior aspect first. So suppose this is the median sulcus, then hypoglossal triangle, vagal, they are almost together, then sulcus limitans. So this is our sulcus limitans, then vestibular area, okay. So I have already drawn this. So I draw hypoglossal nerve nucleus, vagus nerve nucleus, and here are the vestibular nucleus. Now what is there anteriorly? Anteriorly again our two elevations. What are these two elevations anteriorly? What are the two elevations anteriorly? Pyramid and olive. Pyramid and olive. So एक तो at least if this goes in your head that whenever we are drawing section of medulla, pyramid, olive, anterior. Okay. And in the lower section or middle section, nucleus gracilis, nucleus cuneatus posterior. And in the uppermost section, we will not see this. We will see the open part, hypoglossal, vagal, vestibular area. Okay. So this is vestibular nucleus, and then here will be inferior cerebellar peduncle. Inferior cerebellar peduncle. Inferior cerebellar peduncle. रंगोली अभी बाकी. Ventral spinocerebellar tract, dorsal spinocerebellar tract. Ventral spinocerebellar tract, dorsal spinocerebellar tract. Ventral spinocerebellar tract enters which peduncle of the cerebellum? Superior cerebellar peduncle. Dorsal enters inferior. So you have to show it. You have to show the dorsal entering into the inferior cerebellar peduncle. Dorsal entering into the inferior cerebellar peduncle. Above this level, in pons, in midbrain, you are not going to show inferior the dorsal spinocerebellar tract because it ends in medulla by entering into, doesn't end into medulla, it enters into the inferior cerebellar. Center का design in the central portion. Now here, from here I jump to this diagram. So main component is this. Here the main component what you have to show is pyramid crossing like this. Now here what we show is the tractus gracilis, tractus cuneatus. These are the second order neurons. From there the white fibers come down, go to the opposite side. White fibers come down, go to the opposite side. White fibers go to the opposite side. White fibers go to the opposite side. This is where the crossing takes place and the formation of medial meniscus. So this is the key feature of pyramidal decussation. This is sensory decussation. Decussation going to the opposite side. So this section is therefore called as the medulla at the level of sensory decussation. So you have to show tractus gracilis, tractus cuneatus going to the opposite side. This is pyramidal decussation. You have to show pyramids going to the opposite side and forming pyramids go to the opposite side and form lateral corticospinal tract. So pyramids, the lowermost level of medulla, cross to the opposite side and form lateral corticospinal tract. the sensory decussation, it's the tractus gracilis and tractus plumbatus go to the opposite side and form medial lemniscus. So that medial lemniscus will be seen in midline. Above that, so this is now, इसके above ये section है. So now you start seeing the medial lemniscus on the midline, then tectospinal tract, then medial longitudinal bundle. What is medial longitudinal bundle? So three things in midline: medial lemniscus. What is medial lemniscus? What is medial lemniscus? These are the fibers of tractus gracilis, tractus plumbatus, which are now crossed to the opposite side. Okay. What is tectospinal tract? Starting from superior colliculus. Tectospinal. What is medial longitudinal bundle? Connecting all the cranial nerve nuclei. Medial longitudinal bundle. Connecting all the cranial nerve nuclei. Okay. Here will be nucleus ambiguous. Okay. Then nucleus of TS, tractus. Nucleus of tractus. There many other things will be there: spino-olivary tract, olivospinal tract, vestibulospinal tract. All these things will also be there. Now I am going to talk about the blood supply of the medulla. Here is anterior spinal artery and lateral portion it is by pica. What is pica? So if anterior cerebellar artery gets damaged, it leads to medial medullary syndrome. Medial medullary syndrome, in which three structures are affected. So, mainly three structures are affected. One, hypoglossal nerve. So paralysis, ipsilateral paralysis of the tongue. Two, medial lemniscus. So general sensations on one side will be affected. Which side will be affected? Opposite side, contral lemniscus. General sensations of contral. And three, corticospinal. So three things affected in medial medullary syndrome. One, one, hypoglossal nerve. Two, medial lemniscus. Three, corticospinal tract. So paralysis of the opposite side. Okay? Paralysis of the opposite side. Because this corticospinal tract was destined to go to the opposite side. Okay? So one side only, it's only one. Either it can happen on this side or this side. It doesn't normally happen on both the sides. Okay? Now lateral corticospinal tract. So there is spinothalamic tract here, lateral spinothalamic tract. So corticospinal tract getting affected. One, nucleus ambiguous getting affected. Nucleus ambiguous gives fiber to the 10th nerve, which supplies the pharynx, it supplies the palate, it supplies the larynx. So dysarthria, dysphagia. Okay? Difficulty in talking, difficulty in swallowing. Nucleus ambiguous. Then descending sympathetic fibers. Descending sympathetic fibers. Horner syndrome. Meiosis. Ptosis and hydrosis, most of it. Then the nucleus of Proctus auricle is getting affected, no taste. Inferior cerebellar peduncle getting affected, difficulty in balancing because cerebellum affected. Then vestibular nuclei, this area is vestibular nuclei, right? These are vestibular nuclei. So vertile. Then this the okay. So let's come back again on the things that can affect in lateral medullary syndrome, also called as Wallenberg syndrome. So ये तीन छोटे बातें. So spinothalamic tract affected, so contralateral pain and temperature is gone. Vestibular nucleus affected, so vertigo. Inferior cerebellar peduncle affected, so imbalance, ataxia. Nucleus ambiguous affected, so dysarthria and dysphagia. Descending sympathetic fibers affected, so ptosis, meiosis and hydrosis. Because the descending sympathetic fibers, they pass through the lateral areas. Okay, so let's come back again. Medial medullary syndrome, three structures affected. Anterior spinal artery is the artery which is blocked or burst. It can either be blocked or there may be hemorrhage. So what are the three structures? Yellow. What are the three structures affected in medial medullary syndrome? Corticospinal tract, so hemiparesis of the opposite side. Then medial lemniscus, so pain and temperature and proprioception of the opposite side is one. And hypoglossal nucleus, so ipsilateral paralysis of tongue. Three structures, only three structures. Simple. Yes. What all structures? So which is the artery blocked or hemorrhage in case of lateral medullary syndrome? Pica, posterior, inferior, cerebellar artery. What are the structure affected and what is the symptom? चलो यहाँ से चालू करो. Rectus solitarius, so taste. Vestibular nucleus, so vertigo. Inferior cerebellar peduncle, imbalance, ataxia. Nucleus ambiguous, उसके पहले spinal nucleus of trigeminal. यहाँ पे spinal nucleus of trigeminal भी होता है with the trigeminal lemniscus. Spinal nucleus of trigeminal is also there. Spinal nucleus of trigeminal and trigeminal. Leading to loss of pain and temperature of the face. Loss of pain and temperature of the face. You see right. Lateral corticospinal tract. Loss of pain and temperature of body on the opposite side. Nucleus ambiguous leading to dysarthria and dysphagia. So let's count. Rectus solitarius 1, vestibular nucleus 2, inferior cerebellar peduncle 3. What is this? 4. Nucleus of rectus solitarius. The spinal nucleus of trigeminal and the trigeminal lemniscus 4. Lateral spinothalamic tract 5. Nucleus ambiguous 6. And descending sympathetic fibers 7. So total 10. 3 structures affected in medial medullary syndrome and 7 structures affected in lateral medullary syndrome. Come on, tell me the 7 structures. Thank you. Joseph. Nucleus ambiguous. Nucleus. No, start from always here. पीछे से ऐसे आगे तक. Rectus solitarius causing loss of taste. Then vestibular nuclei causing vertigo. Inferior cerebellar peduncle causing ataxia. Nucleus of the spinal tract of trigeminal. Lateral spinothalamic tract. Loss of pain temperature. Nucleus ambiguous. Dysphagia, dysarthria. And descending sympathetic fibers. Meiosis, ptosis, and anhydrosis. Thank you so much.